I promise you guys, once this whole campaign is over and we can't earn steel anymore at Legendary tier, there'll be less daring videos, but it is my go-to boat for Legendary battles, and I have been absolutely loving it. They haven't all been perfect games. I've had quite a few potato moments, and I don't always come out on top. But this one, we certainly worked for it, and it was a heck of a lot of fun. Here on Tears of the Desert, it's another one of the games that I played with Chizz this morning. He's in the British Legendary tier battleship, the Conqueror. Obviously, I'm in the Daring. We've got a Shima in with us as well. There's a few radar cruisers out there, and some big guns. But it doesn't matter how big your guns are. It's how well you use them, and trust me, we are going to get some use out of the guns on this Daring. And if you've seen any of the other videos that I've played in this, you'll know that I run this with Grotsmaz Smart, who's currently level 16 Legendary 3. Then I have got Eric Beer, who is at level 16 Legendary 4. And who have I got as my last one? William Sims, who is at 16 Legendary 3. So that's basically given me an 11.25% extra high explosive damage. I'm then getting some concealment, and then I'm getting some extra hit points. And those extra hit points from running William Sims do help quite often when you get into a bit of a scrap, as you will see, and we are going to get into a scrap here. Now, my biggest concern is the Alaskas, and I guarantee that we'll see at least one, if not two, in this game. But what we're going to try and do is open up and get some fires on these Yamatos, because it's early game, and even though they can afford to let the damage tick because of their high hit point pools, I guarantee that somebody will damage control a single fire. They're actually going to run into each other by the looks of it. But we are using the fast reload that we have on this to try and open up some early damage and a few fires on these Yamatos. There is one. He gets absolutely slammed. I'm not sure if that was off Chizz or somebody else, but they're tucked in behind the island. We can see them as well, and this is great because it is a battleship that is spotting them at the moment, and I don't need to spot, I don't need to reveal myself. I'm sure that they think there's a cruiser behind here, and they're thinking, what the heck is shooting at me here? Two Yamatos, huge hit point pool, a lot of hit points to be pulled away from them. All we need is to get some fires in, get them ticking, and we're just using the island for cover from line of sight, because if we do get spotted, that means there's a destroyer out on a flank, either spotting off to our right or spotting from the center. We don't get spotted, they dip out of sight. I now can't get shots on, but we've already picked up 30,000 damage, and that reduces our reload by 2%. So one of those fires is still ticking. This is brilliant because it just reduces their hit points, and they're going to be less confident in getting involved in a fight. So here we go. I misstep here, but we pop the smoke, we drop our detection, and we're creeping in this smoke and blind firing the spot where that battleship was. Now, the sights don't actually always work when you're blind firing out of smoke, but here we go. So I now want to push around on these guys and potentially get some torpedoes on, but he disappears, and his friend there with him decides, sorry, no, I'm not pulling out. Now, we all know that Yamatos have a very weak cheek, so why these guys aren't sort of going bow in to the corner of the island I don't know. Dare I say it's inexperience at legendary tier. They've just got a big ship, because there he goes. He gets absolutely punished. He's fired his guns. I know that I've got 20 seconds. The Alaska is far enough away that I can just keep moving around, and that Alaska probably isn't going to be able to get a shot on me. And I'm just going to keep wailing on this Yamato. And I'm watching his turrets. There's another fire. That one is ticking too. I'm slowing down to a full stop. His guns are looking at me, and I know they are big guns, but there we go. Armor piercing. He had the chance to load high explosive because I was going to be spotted forever, and now I know I've got another 25-30 seconds here to just keep wailing on this guy. We have another fire on him. That's a double. There's another for a triple. We're going to stay on him because his game is over before it even got begun. That is an arsonist. 5 minutes into the game, red team, 2 Yamatos down, and the Alaska. I don't know who took the Alaska out, but whoever it was a heck of a shot. And I did say to Chizz at this point, I'm like, I'm not even going to get on this cap now, and I've fought for it and done a good job of it. But hey, we've got the cap. Let's start pushing across to the other flank now and see what we can do across there. It looks like something did push into Bravo Cap and take that early, perhaps that Shimakaze. That's a good move. Often Bravo Cap goes undefended at the start, people abandon it, and it's easy to sneak in and take a quick cap, which is going to give you more points than the other team. And it can mean the difference between victory or defeat, having those caps and having those points early in the game, because you don't have to keep pushing out and risking your ship if you've got the points. It looks like red team have heavily weighed in on Alpha Cap, and I know there is often a strong push from this side of the map round there, and the battle tends to go clockwise around the map. But Musashi takes out one of our ships. I didn't see what that was he killed, but looking at the position of him, he came out broadside from behind that little island, and I'm guessing he got what he deserved, which was unfortunate. And so we are going to push around. The GK, realizing that we have now sort of collapsed this flank and we are pushing center, is coming out to contest us. But we have a lot of ships out here, and we are going to punish him too. We've got an extra 5% HE damage now because we have a kill on that Yamato. We're up to 85,000 damage, and now we're going to try and get a fire onto this GK. Because if we can get a fire and he damage controls it, we've got ships coming in that have secondaries, and those secondaries can start fires too, and it just ticks down. It is literally like bleeding to death when you have got those fires on you. I've played battleships as well. I know how painful it can be when you are literally fighting hard and you're just watching those hit points disappear. But here we go. He's trying to get into the island for cover, but we are going to get some shots across the top there. He's got a fire. It is ticking. He's got at least one. He then gets absolutely slammed from the flank, and that is just going to ruin his day. I can still get shots across the top, and I'm just going to keep popping. The Yamato on my left is looking towards a Musashi, and I think I'm actually going to save him from taking a bit of a punch here, because I'm on that GK from my smoke for my second kill of the game. We're on 92,000 damage, and I say to Chizz, we can now start pushing. It looks like the Musashi is the closest target to us. There are still 2 destroyers out there. that is something we need to be wary of. I still have my charges of sonar, and they're going to come in very, very useful soon. But here we go. There is not quite a wall of skill. I can't remember what. I know they've got a daring, but I can't remember what the other destroyer is. But I am spotted firing my guns. There we are. It's a Gearin. So we've kind of baited him into shooting at us. We're quite good at shooting deflection at long range. Deflection is where a target is moving away, around, at an angle, and you're having to aim where he's going to be, not where he is at. But it's good to see that there are shots put out at him, and we are whittling away his hit points. He gets hit again. He's low health. He's damage controlled that fire, popped a smoke, but he's just run out the back of it. So we try to stay on him, but what we don't see is that the Yamato takes the kill. He must have just got his guns round and popped that salvo through and taken a cheap kill, but it's guns off the map. So there's the daring as well. We are going to sort of try and lead him and get shots on. Chizz is broadside to him. There's the Alaska at our front, and Chizz does a brilliant thing here because he's slightly ahead of me, and he calls the radar as it goes on from the Alaska, because that slight lead of me gives me a little bit of warning. We're waiting to see what this Alaska does as he comes in. Is he going to turn? There's the radar. I'm in it. I'm going to be detected for a few seconds, so I decide that I may as well go guns. I am spotted. We are going to slow down shortly, and we are going to pop one of those short smokes just about the same time as the radar is about to run out. Now all I'm doing is giving this guy another target to shoot at, something else to worry about. He's burned his radar, he can't see us, he has an option: come out against us or slam the brakes on and back up. Chizz calls the torpedoes from the daring, and I'm trying not to be a dope in a smoke here. It's a rare occasion that it happens, but it does every now and then. I get caught out, but not this time, and we are going to stay on that Alaska. And again, he is burning. He is being absolutely gangbanged by 3 ships, and if you look at the hit count at the top, we've already broken through 330, 360 main gun hits already. The daring makes an appearance, and straight away we are back onto the guns, and he is obviously on a torpedo run, and given how many torpedoes that have come out from that guy, he must be running his 4th slot with a torpedo reload reduction. But we're going to stay guns on this and honestly try this build. Unfortunately, he is going to get a dev strike on Chizz, and I'm just a second too late to save him by taking that last kill. So that was massively unfortunate that Chizz went out a second before the game ended. But there we go, 126,000 damage, 3 kills. We get the Arsonist, and that was at the start of the game. 380 main gun hits. The daring is more a gunboat than a torpedo boat. The 3 top places there, we all break through 2,500. Chizz on 2,700 at the top, and me on 2,600 in second place. I think the Yamato got a little bit greedy there, trying to go after that Alaska. He was on for a Kraken and sadly went out to the daring's torpedoes. Situational awareness, buddy. We hope you've enjoyed that one. Smash the like button, leave me a comment and tell me what you thought about that one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and if you would like to tip for another outstanding video and wonderful narration by myself, please do click the little icon on the bottom and leave me a tip. Take care. Goodbye.